Hello everyone, Asset Alliance here. Today is one of those videos where we're just going to see an example of the trade I took today, and we're going to go over the confluences as to why I took this trade, and pretty much how to spot Goldbach with TPO again. So we're going to see TPO, so time price opportunity, that I showed in the previous video, with Goldbach, with the OSTDV, with my TAC indicator, right? We're not going to go over the timings that I use. I can give you some small macros just to help you a little bit. The normal macros, which would be XX45 to XX15. So normal macros would be XX45 to XX15. Now today I did not take my trade with this macro, since, as I said, it is really the simplest macro you can use. I personally do not use it, but it is really great for people who do not go in depth into time concepts and want to get some good entries from that on the lower time frame, right? So you know what, we'll even take out everything and just restart everything, right? So this is an HTF indicator for whatever time frame you want to have your candles on. HTF candle projections. I'll link the indicator in the description. Same thing for the Goldbach indicator. I'll link it for anybody who wants to use it. But yeah, pretty much we're gonna start at our simplest point of at our simplest point. I had two HTF levels in line here with my other HTF levels in line here. This was a daily level, this one here, and this was a 12-hour level, which is time-based supply in a way, but it's more like a previous cycle high from one of our timings that we will be coming out in the next future once our coder gets back to us. So let's start off with the most important part. As always, you want to mark out your OSTDV, right? So now, since we had a time change, as I said in the previous video, the 1 hour time change, because of summer coming in, and you know there's the hourly change, we mark it out from 19 to 2203, right? So let's find 19. So the high would be here and the low at 2203. So the low would be this one, right? I just want to mark it out until 2203, and this one until 19. All right, so we got this marked out. I'll do my second screen after. So OSTDV. Now, when we look at this, what do we see at first, right? We see that the retracement level is in line with our HTF point of entry. I did not get any trades there because for the whole day I was outside, and this trade I took it on my phone. I got pretty lucky on that one since I didn't have much to see. Everything was automated for me because of Goldbach, the OSTDV, which was in line with my TP level, and the HTF point of interest, plus TAC, which is all pretty much automated points of entries and automated points of take profits. So I just saw my chart, looked at it for maybe 2-3 minutes, and I was like, okay, it's gonna break out, it's gonna go for higher prices until my micro SMR. Now the day is not finished yet. I decided to take it off at the micro SMR since that was pretty much my fixed TP. Even if it does go to extreme, I highly doubt it, but even if it does go to extreme, I am not mad about it. I'm really happy. It was still a 17.72. I'm extremely happy about that trade. Now, if we look at the OSTDV, right? Let's mark out our manipulation areas as always. This is something you can use for the whole day as breakouts and retests or sweep areas. Let's mark it out. Have our M here until here, I don't care. Then here to here. this is our delimitation of pretty much the accumulation of the day, the sideways movement that's going to happen, right? Unless you have a breakout or something, you're pretty much going to be trading inside that range. Now, we did have a breakout here, but what did it decide to do after that breakout? It went to retracement level. Oops. Went to retrace. Wait. Okay. Went to retracement level, and then gave out prices into the Asia range. Now, as I said, the model in the previous video, once you go to retracement and actually retrace from that level, you're trying to come back into your Asia OTE, which is pretty much what we did. We did go for a bit of a lower price than the OTE, but either way, you still came back into the Asia range. So you could have taken a good sell in here. Unfortunately, I wasn't there on my PC to take it. We can also mark out the OTE of the day, right? So these three levels are pretty much the support resistance for the day. As I said in the previous video, this is not a level with any specific reactions. It's just break and retest, or you can magnet around that level, right, inside of the Asia level, Asia range. Where's my OTE? So then you see we got a little bit of taps here, but then broke out, fucked you up, came back into the manipulation range for then lower prices into the next manipulation. Now, the next breakout that happened, we came back into retracement again, right? So see how the levels really align with how price moves? That's the power of the deviations pretty much. So you came back into retracement, and again you decided to retrace for higher prices into the manipulation sweep area. Sweep area, you could have gotten an entry here with the tack candle. I don't know how to say it, but pretty much when you come back into it, I know this was a pairing candle and the previous candle was a high that respected this liquidity void. But since you came back into your Asia range, you are not looking to go for lower prices again, right? So retracement level, higher prices, and then new tack made a low, right? So low, what did I say in the previous video about tack? A low equals bullish until the next sequence. So you take an entry in here until OTE, and OTE made a high. So here you could have gotten a little bit scared, put your stop loss right under the tack candle and let price move. Now this is an example, right? I did not take this trade. I was not there at that time. Now, pulled out my phone here, about right there, new tack candle, inside bar. So inside bars just means you don't really have any bias until the next candle, which next candle was a low. Came back into OTE for then higher prices. So I got an entry in here with the new tack. There's another tack here. You mark out the consequent encroachment. And my entry was right in here, right? So consequent encroachment, you get an entry here. Stop loss at the previous low. So this was my tack low since this was an inside bar. Inside bar, again, no bias. So you take the candle right after it. This was the actual important low. So this was the protected low you would have been using for your stop loss. For then higher prices, we also manipulated back into our low of the OHLC. So open, accumulating, low, high, and then we're going to close, right? Then if we look at Goldbach, go through Goldbach, you can see that our retracement area was also in line with our extreme, right? So Goldbach extreme. Now I don't have all the main levels on. As I said in the previous video about Goldbach, I do not use all the levels. I only use the low, EQ, high, and extreme levels. So low was also in line with the consequent encroachment of my tack, was also in line with the OTE, was also in line with the timings that I have personally. It was not a 45.15, but you could have got an entry with the 45.15 just a bit later. It was in line with my timings. Retracement gave out bias for higher prices, and I have micro SMR right here for my take profit. Now if you see, you have it exactly at micro SMR. Maybe a bit lower because I was scared of not getting my TP hit, but still micro SMR, you can see price is really good with those standard deviation. Now with all these levels on, let's take off the OTE at least. With all these levels on, you can still add a confluence to that. So you go with your second screen, TPO, mark out your point of control like in the previous video, point of control. Here it was a value area low, high. Here was a value area low, and here was your imbalance for the single prints. All right, so two single prints on top of each other. You use the whole range, right? This one we never came back to, whilst it would have been nice because it's in line with the micro SMR. Now we've got all this figured out on this part. There was also an unfinished auction somewhere here. I can't remember where. Like at the start of the day, this high here was an unfinished auction. I remember quite clearly seeing that at the retracement level, this one was an unfinished auction, right? So let's go back to our single one. And now OTE, point of control, go back low, above midnight, after retesting the midnight point. Take out, did a manipulation for the lower prices of OHLC, for the higher prices, right? 830, you manipulate at under for the higher prices again, because once you go under the 830, you're looking for buys, and over 830, you're looking for sells. Whatever the price movement does first is your manipulation, and then your distribution, right? So extreme for that, low here for the higher prices into the value area high. At that point, we did not retest the value area high, but what did I say about tax? You can use them as high probability PD arrays. So here you have a high probability BISCI because of TAC, higher prices, high probability BPR, higher prices again, high probability TAC. You do your consequent encroachment here, closed above, not closed above, but wicked above it, came back into the consequent encroachment, and liquidity void, higher prices with the new sequence, because that's the start of your new sequence. So, yeah, it was a really nice trade, super easy one. It's a 17.72. Today was really good for gold at end of day, at midday. But Asia was really Asia and London was really not that great. The reactions were nice, but it wasn't all that great. Since here, even if you went back into the sweeping area, you still sweep more. So that was kind of the area where you really want to wait for a confirmation, right? I would have gotten fucked here. Me personally, I probably would have gotten fucked unless it's not in line with the timings. Okay, it's not in line with the timings. There's no tag, there's nothing. I would have gotten my entry here, but if I did decide to take a buy here, I would have gotten fucked because my stop loss would have been under the manipulation area. But yeah, it's really easy. If you pair up Goldbach, you pair up TPO, you pair up AMD in a way, you can use it price based. So like the one I showed you, 830 or midnight, or the HTFPO3 indicator here. But there's really lots of ways to trade with OSTDV. And there's lots of ways to trade with TPO, whilst Goldbach is a fixed range. So that range is only there for confirmation. A lot of people would be using Goldbach as a single system, as a single entity. But the optimal way of using it is through pairing timings, pairing whatever system you use, maybe even trendline breaks, right? Whatever system you use, Goldbach will be a confluence as to why take the trade, right? So here from the low, it would have gotten until the EQ, but you can clearly see that right now we did not have enough volume, well, for now, to go back to EQ. And I highly doubt also that we'll be coming back to EQ until end of day. It will probably be for tomorrow, which is why you have the OSTDV, so that you know how much volume will be coming in during the day, instead of just putting your TP at Goldbach levels where price might not want to go at that specific day. Since I know that for funded accounts, it's a bit more difficult for y'all to hold trades, right? It's a single day trades. But yeah, it's super easy. I also have a TF Lab SMT indicator, which pretty much gives you out every SMT. I've been searching for a really good SMT indicator, and that's the only one that came out. even Trading Labs, all these other guys that have SMT indicators, they really don't work. They only draw like one SMT per like 45 minutes or some shit, and that's really bad, right? I like seeing every good SMT between 2 or 3 candles. That happens. Now, I'll link the TF Lab, I'll link the Goldbach, and I'll link the HTF indicator for y'all. Y'all have a really great day, really great night. Just wanted to help y'all understand a bit more about the system in a way. We came back into retracement here too. But I just wanted to give you a good example as to why you can take a trade and as to how you can take a trade, right? Have a good day.